Hello again. This next chapter is chapter 31, called Chartreuse, which is a beautiful colour, normally. A young lady pops her head around the door of the gallery. "Excuse me, please would you have a look at my dad's work? He doesn't live too far from here. It wouldn't take you long. You see, he never leaves the house, and the place is stuffed to the gills. It's good stuff, I think. Please would you go?" An unusual approach for sure, and intriguing. "I will, with pleasure. Sounds like something I shouldn't miss. I'll pop over later this afternoon. How's that?" "Oh, smashing," she says. "I'll ring and tell him." I love impromptu occasionally, and today is an impromptu sort of day, especially as Belinda's in the tidying and rearranging mood. "I'm off to see a reclusive artist." "Well, that makes a change," she says. "What is it about artists? Why aren't any of them normal?" "And your point is?" "Well, the gallery's a magnet for odd bods, you know. It's a bit like a selection of my ex-boyfriends. Just saying." "Young lady, it's what makes the art world rotate. Besides, I know you still love it. You could always be a stockbroker. Not bloody likely." Time to leave, and Belinda's unimpressed and likely to stay that way for the rest of the day. The dress I've been given isn't exactly round the corner, mind you. It's a few miles away to be precise, and getting there takes longer than it should because I'm held up en route by not one but two separate funeral cortèges. The countryside is obviously bad for health and longevity these days, and to cap it off, I end up behind a refuse wagon, and nothing and nobody is more important to our bin men than slinging green and brown plastic wheelie bins around to cause as much havoc as possible. The bell doesn't work. I knock hard on the old blue-painted wooden door, and after a while the door opens and a head appears. A pair of beady eyes looks me up and down. "I'm not sure I want to let you in." I could just turn round and leave to satisfy his insecurity, but instead I tell him I'm here because his daughter's pleaded with me to come. She said your paintings are worth the journey. So, can I see them? If only to satisfy her. That does the trick. Graham opens the door fully and backs away. Entering the hallway, I'm confronted with loads of stacked canvases. There's a narrow path to the kitchen, and an old kettle with a red whistling top is merrily boiling away. "Cuppa?" Progress in the trust stakes. "I'll have a glass of water if you don't mind." "How long have you been painting, Graham?" "About 20 years, give or take." "Let's have a look at them then. Where shall we start?" "Upstairs." We climb to the landing to be confronted with hundreds more canvases, all stacked on top of each other. "How many have you painted?" "Oh," says Graham, "quite a few, I guess." It's obvious he is being constrained only by a total lack of space. The 2 bedrooms are full to the ceilings, and the bathroom has a stack in it too. It seems the landing will have to serve as a viewing area. Graham sort of sidles into the first bedroom, and then suddenly there's a crash followed by a certain expletive, and the white Persian cat races through my legs and shoots down the stairs looking positively guilty. Well, that would explain the cat hair sticking on more than a few of the paintings. "Oh, it's so fine and it sticks to the varnish all the time," explained Graham. Distracted somewhat, I'm peering out of the window. There's a shed out there, sadly looking like it's seen better days. "Is that your studio?" "Yeah, it was, but it's pretty rotten, so I don't use it now. All my trains are out there in boxes, though." I decide not to pursue the benefits of having a Triang train set tootling around the studio while blissfully painting away. Graham excavates 6 canvases, holding them precariously balanced on the banister rail. "This is one of my least favourite pieces," he says. "Well, why show it to me then?" I don't say that aloud because it's brilliantly wacky, it's naive, it's colourful, it's figurative, it's garish, it's Chartreuse background. 2 glaring eyes haunt the middle ground in a face of David Bowie look-alike. Apart from being bald, that is. Not exactly a user-friendly colour, is it? "Well, I got it cheap in a church bazaar a while back," he says. His strange, humorous, almost alien figures emerge as the theme of most of the paintings. His colours are bold and certainly different. I think you'll scare the public. I love them, but you need to clean them up and defuzz them. 3 hours have passed, and we're still working our way through the upstairs paintings. I can't see any more. My head is clogged full of new images. The best thing to do is to arrange to call to again to view the contents of the downstairs collection another day. Well, I'd like to show your work in the gallery, if you say so. Graham isn't showing any signs of positivity or great joy. Sometimes I do feel like I shouldn't bother. All in the day's work, though, dealing with negativity and cynicism. The following week, I plough through another 200 or so canvases and eventually select a grand total of 36. Who on earth do you think's going to buy my work, says Graham. Well, that's my gamble and my department. I really believe they're going to sell. As I'm loading the car, though, I'm wondering if this might be a challenge too far. I pull up outside the gallery and Belinda and Charlie assist with the unloading. He's weird, says Belinda. Has he got a woman? Asks Charlie. I bet he's a bit, kinky. To be honest, we never discussed his sex life. Well, why don't you ring him up and ask him, eh? Ooh, who's got out of bed the wrong side then? Those 10 days in Tuscany always seemed like a light year away. Sorry, ladies. Drinks on me when we close up, how's that? Agreed, they both reply in unison. A woman's perspective is very important in art, and on reflection, their first opinion of Graham's work rings alarm bells. Good grief, I'm beginning to listen to them. How refreshing. My dream team decides that they like 2/3 of the work, and their suggestions for what to do with the rest contain several repeated expletives. I listen and agree with their selection and reasoning. With the days done, we lock up and head to the wine bar. My girls, the staff, never forget a promise. The wine is poured and the day slows into chill mode. Well, did anyone miss me while I was out? Didn't notice you gone, laughed Charlie. Who are you anyway? Belinda clinks my glass with hers. Cheers. For once I realise I'm seriously tired, physically and mentally. And we've several large shows ahead, plus Victor's Venetian show we've now added to the calendar. The waiter arrives at our table and asks if we'd like anything else. There's only one answer in these circumstances. Another bottle of the same, please, and a jug of water. At least water's good for you. Thank you.